Welcome, everyone. If you're planning to become a counselor, then today's topic is something you absolutely need to master. We're talking about the family life cycle, a framework that is, trust me, going to be your go-to tool for understanding the dynamics of any family. So let's kick things off with a pretty simple question. Just, think about the families you see all around you. Your friends, your neighbors, your own relatives. Is every family's journey, their suffer, the same? The answer is obviously no, right? But the real question, the important one, is why not? The answer to that why is actually hidden in a really simple and powerful metaphor. I want you to imagine that every family is on a journey, a long journey that has its own path, its own destinations, and its own unique travelers. And think about it. Any journey has a path you follow, right? There are landmarks you pass along the way, and the people making the journey are all different. Well, a family's life works in exactly the same way. This whole idea of a journey is going to be our guide to understanding family dynamics. Okay, so if family life is a journey, then to understand it, we're going to need a map, aren't we? Well, that map has a name, the family life cycle. So what exactly is this map? According to our source material, it's a fundamental concept that helps us see how families change and evolve over time. It gives us a kind of predictable framework, a pattern, to watch a family's evolution unfold. Okay, now let's get practical. According to Duval, whose work in this field is so important, if you know just 3 things, you can get a really good sense of what a family is going through. First, where are they on this map in their life cycle? Second, who exactly is in the family? And third, what's their social standing in the community? If you know these 3 things, you can pretty accurately predict the kinds of pressures and challenges they're probably facing. All right, let's take a closer look at this map. What are the big landmarks, the main stops along the way? Duval identified 8 key stages that most, if not all, families pass through. Take a look at these 8 stages. The journey begins with a beginning family, which is just a couple, no kids yet. Then comes the childbearing stage, followed by the years when kids are in preschool and then school. As those kids become teenagers, the family enters a whole new phase. After that comes the launching period, when the kids start to leave home. This leads the couple into their middle years, and finally, the journey moves into the aging family stage. These 8 landmarks, they form the basic structure of a family's journey. Now here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about the stops, it's about the path itself, the terrain. You know how on any journey the road can be smooth one minute and bumpy the next? Well, a family's journey has its own set of common challenges that pop up at every single stage. Just think about it. No matter which stage a family is in, this cycle is always in motion. As the stage changes, people's roles have to change. When roles change, you have to make new adjustments. These adjustments bring new challenges to the surface, and only when the family deals with those challenges can they transition to the next stage. It's a constant dynamic cycle. And this quote right here illustrates a super crucial point. This journey isn't a series of sudden jumps. It's not like you're in one stage on Tuesday and a totally new one on Wednesday. These stages overlap, they blend into one another smoothly, kind of like a flowing river. So, we've looked at the map and we've seen the landmarks. But now we come to the most important part, especially for you as future counselors, the travelers themselves. This is what answers the big question. Why is every single family's journey unique? The answer lies in the individual differences that every single person brings into the family relationship. So here they are. These are the ingredients, the secret spices. Every member of a family is a unique blend of these things, their personal values, their beliefs, their goals, their expectations. And when you mix all these different ingredients together, of course, every family is going to have its own unique flavor. Now let's look at these 2 examples from our text to make this real. You have Pranav and Nandini and Ashok and Preeti. Technically, on paper, they're both in the beginning family stage, but is their journey the same? Not even close. On one side, you have career pressures and long distance. On the other, you have a really complex stepfamily. Their realities, their challenges, and the adjustments they need to make are worlds apart. And where does conflict come from? It happens when these internal ingredients, especially expectations, are different and, more importantly, are never talked about. This example is perfect. The wife wants a career, but the husband expects a traditional homemaker. When those unspoken expectations collide, that's when the problems really begin. So let's tie all of this together. As a counselor, what is your job? What is your role in this whole journey? Your role is to be a guide. You have to read the family's map, figure out what stage of the life cycle they're in. You need to understand the terrain. What are the specific challenges they're facing right now? And most importantly, you have to get to know the travelers. What are their unique values, their beliefs, and their hidden expectations? It's only by understanding all three that you can see the complete picture of their journey. So I'm going to leave you with this final question. One day, a couple is going to walk into your office, and they're going to say, "We're just so different from each other." How will you use this family life cycle framework? How will you read their map to help them navigate their unique journey together? Think about that. Thank you.